What's going on, guys? Nemesis here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I got another 20 win challenge video for you guys. As you can see, I'm currently on my baby account and I completed the 20 win challenge again. It took me a couple tries or a few tries, but yeah, on this run I was currently like 19-0, but I lost the game, which is really unfortunate because I was trying to go for a 20-0 flawless, but it is what it is. Please make sure to like and subscribe. It would really help out, and without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so we've got our first game here against Volk. He's going to be playing the Royal Recruits deck with the Skeleton King, Goblin Cage, and stuff like that. So that being said, he's going to go for a Royal Hawk split. I'm just going to go for a Bandit plus my Royal Ghost, which is pretty much like the correct play. At first, I thought he was potentially like the Queen deck with, you know, the cannon and delivery, but he just revealed that he was Flying Machine plus Goblin Cage. So with that being said, I know he's definitely Royal Recruits. So I'm just gonna roll a P.E.K.K.A in the back because he just played 8 Elixir and he just used the Goblin Cage, so like my battle ramp could get a lot of value here now that he can't like pull it. So yeah, that's why I do that. I take a really nice poison right there because he gives me some poison value, and yeah, so far so good. The way I really like to play this matchup is I like to force everything into one lane, just complete single lane pressure and overwhelm him in one side. Sometimes I see people like, you know, doing dual lane pressure, but that's like the incorrect way to play it, because the Royal Recruits on the left hand lane, like whatever lane you're pushing in that doesn't have the P.E.K.K.A, it's just going to get destroyed by the Royal Recruits. Like, just think of like the recruits as like overpowered guards or something like that. Pretty much like what they are. So like, what you got to do is, like I said, force everything into one lane and just try to like overwhelm him that way. Like, the way you want to formulate your pushes is by playing like a P.E.K.K.A in the back when like you have a good elixir advantage, or like they have a really bad cycle, and then after that rolling a battle ramp behind the P.E.K.K.A. And then, because what you're essentially trying to do is making your P.E.K.K.A act as a really big tank for all your supporting units, like your E-Wizzes and your Ghosts and stuff like that. So yeah, play your P.E.K.K.A and then play the battle ramp behind the P.E.K.K.A, and then after that just play like a Ghost, like kind of near on top of the P.E.K.K.A as well with like an E-Wiz. And then immediately after, like, he's obviously going to have to start stacking in one lane because you're playing all in one lane, you know. So just poison everything afterwards. So that's what I like to do, and that's like the only really way to like try to overwhelm him, even though it's still pretty hard because Royal Recruits are super strong at defending. That's like the most effective way to win it. So yeah, he's gonna go for Royal Recruits again. I'm gonna go for a battle run behind the P.E.K.K.A, and we're gonna be chilling here. See, he's gonna go for Zappies. I'm just gonna go for my Electro Wizard. I'm gonna go for a poison because he gives me the poison. I would have tried hitting the tower, but like at this point in time, I already have so much damage, and I kind of would rather hit like anything else rather than the tower to make sure like anything else dies. He's gonna go for the King ability. At this point, I'm just gonna go for the Zap, and he's gonna go for the Royal Hogs again. I'm just gonna go for my Bandit plus Electro Wizard, I believe here. Yeah, there they are. After that, I'm just gonna go for a I'm going to go for a Royal Ghost plus the battle ramp because he was super aggressive with those arrows. I don't really know what the point of those arrows were, but like I said, it really wasn't like the play in my opinion. I'm going to go for like a Bandit right here, and the reason why I didn't play the Bandit at the bridge was because I knew he was going to play the Skeleton King, so I wanted that Bandit to get a dash. And the tower's currently at 247 HP, which poison doesn't fully kill at 247. It takes like a poison plus zap, so I'm going to go for the poison now. I'm just going to go for an US high, and I'm going to go for a Bandit as well, and then I'm just going to take the zap for a game. So let's go for the next one. We got our next game here against Vladic Lord. He's going to be playing the Splash Yard deck. This guy has Skeleton King, but the other variation also has like either a Knight or a Valkyrie, but typically I think I see more Valkyries, or I don't know, it really depends on the meta, to be honest. They could just kind of switch around like Valkyrie, Knight, or Skeleton King, but like I said, this guy's running the Skeleton King variation, which is kind of annoying, but I also have Poison, so like Poison is really good in this, like against this deck, because it can hit a lot of his defensive units, like his Ice Wizards, his Baby Dragons, and Tombstones, where like It can also defend against Graveyard very easily if you need it on the defense. He's going to go for the Baby Dragon, so I'm just going to go for the Ewis plus Poison. Or like the Baby Dragon Graveyard he's going to go for. And then Magic Archer is getting a lot of damage right there. And at this point in time, I could have gone for a P.E.K.K.A because he had a really bad cycle. But actually, I opt to not go for a P.E.K.K.A because even though he can't punish me, because he just used Graveyard, he doesn't have like any good cards. Like look at his hand, it's just like all spells pretty much with like a building. I didn't opt to go for a P.E.K.K.A because I didn't have a good cycle myself. Like when I want to go for a P.E.K.K.A, I at least want to have like a Magic Archer in my hand or like a Poison or Electro Wizard. I want to have good supporting units because I want to actually try to make use out of my P.E.K.K.A. He's going to go for a Skeleton King right there. I don't really agree with that Skeleton King. It doesn't do that much. But to be fair, he also popped the ability which forced an Ewis out. So actually that was a pretty good Skeleton King. But if he didn't play the ability, it would be pretty bad because I would have my Electro Wizard behind this P.E.K.K.A right now with like a Magic Archer as well. And it would do a lot of work. So yeah, that's my thought process on that. I think I go for like a Battle Ram, or yeah, I go for a Battle Ram here because I don't want to take, you know, Baby Dragon damage because that Baby Dragon was still full HP and stuff like that. Yeah, this matchup is pretty much all about like counting his cycle a lot, making like big P.E.K.K.A pushes in the back when he has a bad elixir advantage or bad cycle and you have a good cycle. I'm gonna go for my Electro Wizard right there, and he's gonna go for his Tombstone, which is totally fine. He just used Poison on my Electro Wizard, so with that being said, I'm just going to take advantage of that and play a Magic Archer right there. I'm gonna go for a P.E.K.K.A because I have a Magic Archer on the map right now, so he has to like respond to it. And he's gonna go for Baby Dragon plus a Barbarian Barrel, which is totally fine. I'm gonna go for a Bander right there to snipe that. It's really important that if you want to break through in this matchup, you kind of need to use like your poisons on the offensive, because if you don't, Tombstone does get a lot of value. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a Ghost I'm gonna go for a Ghost Battle Ram on the opposite lane. Like I already had that Ghost on the map, but I went for a Battle Ram to support that Ghost because why not? I didn't really want him to get Tornado activation for his King Tower, so that was a pretty clean play. I'm gonna go for a P.E.K.K.A right there because I recognized that I had a really big elixir advantage, so it's like pretty important to take advantage of that, you know. So I'm gonna go for Magic Archer in the back because when you're playing against Graveyard, it's always important to Magic Archer like behind the King Tower, because it makes it a little bit difficult for them to take a poison because they don't want to risk getting the King activation. So that's why I like to do that, playing it right next to the King Tower so they can't really hit it at all, and your Magic Archer can get so much value. And I'm just gonna take a poison right there because he didn't really have anything good in cycle. So yeah, that's that game. Let's go for the next one. Okay, we got this game here against Mr. Chili. He's going to be playing Royal Giant with like Zappies and Fisherman and Skeleton Army. Typically, this deck also has Tombstone. Like I've seen the new meta with this deck, and it's been carrying Tombstone instead of Skeleton Army. But it really just depends what the player wants. Like I can see the Skeleton Army is more aggressive while Tombstone is just more defensive. So like, it really depends what the player wants. They're both really good, but for me at least, when I'm playing against this, I prefer them having Skeleton Army because obviously Zap just gets a lot more value and stuff like that, as opposed to them having like a Tombstone. Honestly, this matchup is like pretty hard if you have like minions, because they have Mother Witch. So when they have Mother Witch and you have minions, I always really like to poison the Mother Witch because I don't want them stacking up units like the Royal Hogs. Like it just gets way too much to defend, and like they could really overwhelm you if you don't kill the Mother Witch in time, and like it starts hitting your minions. So but with the Magic Archer variation, I like to hit the Zappies a bit more, but it really is like, it kind of comes down to like personal preference in my opinion, and which one's like harder for you like during the time, like which one's causing you more trouble, the minions, or not the minions, the Zappies or the Mother Witch. Like so yeah, like I said, it's not really like which one's like worse to hit. They're both good options, pretty much. I'm gonna go for a Battle Ram right there because he didn't have Fireball at the time. Like he used Fireball on the E-Wizard earlier, so my Magic Archer could kind of get freed up right now and get some value for me. It's really important to understand that you can be aggressive in pretty much like any matchup as long as they don't have like a Mega Knight or a P.E.K.K.A. and you know you can kill their counter push, that's just like a general tip I can give you guys. So just like, it's okay to be super aggressive. Like, you can like spam a lot, but like make sure that that matchup calls for it and that you can't get punished for being aggressive, you know? If there's like cards in this deck that you can't get punished for being super aggressive, like if he has cards that you know you can kill pretty much and he can't get anything out of it, that's when you can be aggressive. But like if he has things like Mega Knight or he has things like a P.E.K.K.A, stuff like that, that's when you shouldn't be aggressive at all, because he could obviously just get so much value out of his Mega Knight or P.E.K.K.A. So yeah, that's just like a quick general tip I can give you guys. I'm gonna go for like a Magic Archer right there to kill those Zappies, because I didn't want him to get like a lot of value out of those Zappies and make a counter push out of it. So yeah, I'm gonna go for Electro Wizard right there, and I'm gonna go for a Battle Ram right now. I was kind of hesitant at this part because like I don't know exactly what was in his hand, so I kind of just like blind played right there. But I just had like an Electro Wizard and stuff like that. That's why I took the counter push anyway, because I had a free E-Wiz. I'm gonna go for a Royal Ghost right there. I don't know if I could also just play the P.E.K.K.A right there instead of just using the Ghost, because I was up a decent amount of Elixir right there, so I think that might have even been the better play. So yeah, he's gonna go for a Fireball, and at this point he got a really nice Skeleton Army. That was like a super good Skeleton Army on his part, because like it kind of caught me off guard, because if he did a Skeleton Army like that, I would have had to E-Wiz on top of the Skeleton King. But with that being said, he would just have the Skeleton King on top of my E-Wiz, and he would also have the ability too. So I had to like poison right there. I felt like I was like really forced to poison. I had a really delayed P.E.K.K.A right there because I didn't want his Fisherman to like start grabbing my P.E.K.K.A. And at this point in time, he does have the damage lead, which was kind of scary because I felt like I was playing pretty well. And this matchup isn't even like a hard counter at all. It's like definitely winnable too. So it's like I just gotta like find my opening pretty much. I just gotta wait for him to make a mistake. I'm gonna P.E.K.K.A right there. I think I could have P.E.K.Ka'd even a little bit higher, to be honest, because like if he had enough Elixir, he would just RG still the same lane of the P.E.K.K.A, and my P.E.K.K.A won't even reach it in time. So I think I should have P.E.K.Ka'd a little bit higher. But like I said, he didn't even have the Elixir for it when he played that Mother Witch, so it was totally fine. This matchup is all about trying to get a really big poison off and trying to find all the troops that can get poisoned out. So that's what I really like doing. Like if he stacks his Mother Witch, if he stacks his Zappies, take the poisons because they're also susceptible to poison. So yeah, I'm just gonna pour the pressure on because I have to. It's literally only 15 seconds left, and I want to make sure this guy's down for the count pretty much, which he basically is right there. So yeah, that is how I like to take care of that matchup. Just kind of get a lot of counter push, like get a counter pushing E-Wiz or a counter pushing Magic Archer, and that is like to take care of that matchup. Let's go for the final game. Okay, so we've got our final game here against Dreamland, and this was actually for the 20 wins. So like look what this guy's playing at like this high up. I was like 19, I was actually 19-0 at the time, and I lost the game prior to this. So I was kind of annoyed because I was trying to go for a flawless 20-0, but it is what it is, you know. I'm not surprised that something would happen like that anyway, to like, you know, obviously being 19-0 and just like losing a game. But it is what it is, like I said. Just gotta go on to the next game. So, and this was the next game. This guy's having literally like a Ram Rider, Skeleton Army, Firecracker deck. I'm just gonna go for Electro Wizard right there on the Ram Rider. And at this point, like I was like, what is this deck? Because I've never seen any deck like this, like with the Skeleton Army, Firecracker, and the Ram Rider. At first, I was like, okay, this is actually a pretty solid matchup so far, because I could zap the Skeleton Army, I have P.E.K.K.A for Ram Rider. So I was really liking my odds here. But as the game progressed, like this, like the bowler, he just whips a bowler out of nowhere. So I was like, wow, this is gonna be a lot harder now. I'm gonna go for a Magic Archer in the back right there, just to play a little bit passively. And since this guy like has his own creation deck, I don't know exactly what he has. Like sometimes when I play aggressive against decks that I have no clue what it is, like their creation decks, like I get kind of punished for it, because sometimes I'll play like too aggressive and then they'll just put in Mega Knight. Like I remember one time, like this guy had a P.E.K.K.A in his deck. I just destroyed the P.E.K.K.A. I went for a really big counter push, and he just drops a Mega Knight after that. So I was like, what the heck? I'm gonna go for a battle right there, and I'm immediately gonna take a zap. At this point, I was like counting his cycle. That's why I did that play, because I knew he had skeleton army back, and I had the zap and cycle. So yeah, so far so good. You know, I think right here, yeah, I go for a P.E.K.K.A right here because I think it was the only correct play. Like if I went for Magic Archer again, he would just have lightning. And I already took quite a bit amount of damage that I don't want him to get any more damage for my towers. I'm going to go for a Bandit right there because I tried to predict this Firecracker because I know a lot of people, when they play their Firecrackers, they try to snipe the P.E.K.K.A and splash on top of the tower as well. So that's just a little prediction. And when I saw that Inferno Tower as well, I was like, what is this? Like, what am I like legitimately playing against? I was like, how am I going to break through anymore? Because this guy literally has a Boulder and an Inferno Tower. So it's like, wow, this is going to get really, really annoying. Let me see. I think I go for an Ewis plus, like, I think a Magic Archer. I'll try to snipe the Inferno Tower, but that was out of range, unfortunately. I'm going to go for a Battle Ram right there because he didn't have Bowler anymore. He just used it. And look, check this out. Like, my Battle Ram hits the tower, and he's just ignoring the damage. Like, I was like, wait, what's going on here? It's like, in my head, I was like, dude, this is gonna literally take his tower, and he's not doing anything about it. So it's like I was like, wow, because this guy could have probably beat me. Like that deck was super annoying, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, those are the games. This was my only loss, was this guy right here. Yeah, that deck, and then the rest was just kind of like blowout, pretty much, just destroying. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll do more videos in the future.